Good morning, guys. It is May 11th, 2022. On this video here, I want to talk about a common misconception that I hear all the time. And especially in this day and age where more and more people are kind of like not wanting wall-to-wall carpet, not wanting this, not wanting that. And there are quite a few people that tend to think that because, I don't have carpet, I don't need a vacuum cleaner. People, that is absolutely not true. You must have something, a vacuum cleaner of some kind. Now, if you have all hard floors and you don't have any carpeting or anything like that, you're probably not going to need something like a Kirby or a Sanitaire or something like that. Um, but you need something. Even if it's just a basic canister vacuum that's straight suction, a low-end Miele canister vacuum, you know, even a Kirby with the hose attachments, if you're okay with that. But you need something. You have to have something. Now, I will say that the Oryx, in terms of uprights, those are probably some of the nicest machines you can use for all kinds of flooring. Carpeting, area rugs, tile, wood, vinyl, just does a really good job on all of those. And it doesn't scatter anything on the hard floors. It's really nice, and it's super lightweight, very reliable, and easy to use. But I want you to think about this. People associate vacuum cleaners with carpet. Yes, vacuuming carpet is one of the main things we do with it. That is so true. I agree. But it goes beyond just carpeting. Vacuum cleaners play a huge role in your home for cleaning, regardless of what kind of surfaces you have. It does not matter. I don't care if you rip out all of your carpeting and have no area rugs or anything. You still need a vacuum cleaner. I've seen people make that misconception all the time because you can sweep with a broom all you want, but at the end of the day, nothing is going to get rid of dust and dirt and debris quite as well as a vacuum cleaner will. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Why do you think that vacuum cleaner manufacturers like canister vacuums and stuff give you hard floor nozzles like this? It's because you're meant to use them to clean your hard floors. And I'm not saying that you have to vacuum them every single time, but you need to do it on a regular basis, on a weekly basis, at the very least, because all that dust You are never going to get rid of it if you do not vacuum. It's just not going to happen. You need to be able to contain it. And the best way to get rid of it is to vacuum and have suction and airflow pulling it up off of the floor and trapping it in the vacuum. You know, that's just the bottom line. I mean, I see people just make that assumption like, oh, I just don't need a vacuum cleaner. Yes, you do. I don't care if you live in a studio apartment. I don't care if you live in a dorm room. I don't care if you live in a mobile home. I don't care if you live in an RV. I don't care what your living situation is. You need something to contain dirt, dust, and debris. And not only that, but think about this. You have your upholstery, your mattresses, your furniture. You know, you've got other surfaces that hold onto dust, and you have to vacuum that out. You know, and so that's just a common misconception that I hear a lot, especially in this day and age. And, you know, my opinion, and this is just the way I think about it, a lot of people are going to cordless vacuums now. I see people with homes that are like 2,500 square feet, and they think that a Dyson stick vac is gonna cut it. Well, I hate to tell you, honey, it's just not gonna work. I mean, it just is not efficient. I do not mind you having a stick vac in a large home for small cleaning jobs, in between cleaning jobs, but it's not going to cut it for your entire large, massive McMansion. It's just not going to happen. You know, if you have a lot to clean, I'm just going to ask you this. Have you ever seen a commercial cleaning crew with a cordless vacuum cleaner doing all of their cleaning for the day in a hotel, a hospital, a restaurant, a, you know, a bunch of homes, stuff like that? No. You have never seen that. So, people are taking this to an extreme level and trying to just see what they can get away with. And people, I think, have just become lazy when it comes to vacuuming. And I hate to say this, but I think especially the average consumer has just become so lazy to where they think, oh, well, you know, I really just don't like vacuuming, so I'm just gonna do everything that I can to avoid it. I'm not saying that you have to have something like a Kirby that weighs 25 pounds and lug that around. I am not saying that at all. What I am saying is you need something that's going to clean efficiently and actually be functional in your home and get rid of the dust. Because you can, like I said, you can sweep all you want, but vacuum cleaners will always play the biggest role in your home than any other appliance will in your entire life. You should use them to clean almost every surface that is a dry surface. Just think about this. How many things do you actually use a vacuum cleaner for? And maybe the average consumer doesn't really think about using it for as much as I do. But I use vacuum cleaners for literally every single surface that is a dry surface. I do my dusting with them when I have large amounts of dust that has been settling for months and months or even years. I vacuum out drawers when I clean stuff up. I do a lot of things with them. I vacuum up fine dust on hard floors, not in large amounts, but just, you know, we have clay soil here in where I am in Kentucky, and, if any of that clumps on our shoes and stuff, even on the hard floors, it will just create a film. And so having a brush on a vacuum, just pulling it up, helps smooth it out because a broom just isn't going to cut it. Um, you know, it's, I use them for absolutely everything. Think about your car. Think about your couch and all the goodies that get in your couch, your cushions and stuff, the chips, the popcorn, the, you know, crackers, the, whatever else. Um, think about all the dust that collects in your mattress. Think about your dryer vent. Think about your cabinets and your drawers and stuff. And, if you have pets, think about all that pet hair. I will say, with hair of any kind, whether it's pet hair, human hair, doesn't matter. A vacuum cleaner will always do a more efficient job at removing hair than a broom ever will. Always. Whether it's on hard surfaces or whatever it is always going to do a much better job. So that is one reason why you must have a vacuum cleaner, even if you have hard floors. Because I'm telling you, if you have pets with lots of hair, and I have seen it in my aunt's house, where there's literally like tumbleweeds of hair just floating around on tile floors and stuff, and when I just grab a broom and try and sweep it up, no, because that stuff just floats everywhere. It's something that I just think that people just don't think about. And, vacuum cleaners are not just for carpeting. They just aren't. Yes, they were designed for that originally, but you will be amazed at how much you rely on a vacuum cleaner. And, I understand that back in the days before electricity and stuff, they didn't have vacuum cleaners. They swept. They did all that. I understand that. And, that's fine. But you need to realize that homes that are built today are so much airtight and sealed than homes that were built back in the days before electricity was a thing. So that is part of the reason why vacuuming is so important, because everything is closed up and you're not getting air circulation, flushing that out constantly like you did in the old days. And vacuum cleaners are a huge health component in your home. Huge. I will say that I've heard from asthma and allergy specialists who are doctors they say vacuuming is one of the most important things you can do in a home with someone who suffers from asthma or allergies. It doesn't matter if it's carpet, hardwood, tile, linoleum, vinyl, doesn't matter. Dust doesn't just settle in your carpet. It just doesn't. It is so important to get rid of that dust. And, being able to keep that dust down by vacuuming will keep most of the dust off of your furniture. It will keep dust out from behind things. In a lot of ways, the more you keep out of your home circulating, the cleaner your furnace filter is going to be, the cleaner your air is going to be, it's all interconnected. Vacuum cleaners are not just something like just another broom or mop. And don't think you can just get away with using a Swiffer sweeper. It's just not going to cut it. I don't mind you using that for the fine stuff, like you vacuum the floors and then you just go over it with a dry cloth and a Swiffer sweeper or something like that to get the leftover and polish it up. But don't think that a Swiffer sweeper is going to take care of everything. It is just not. It's only meant for the really fine stuff. It's just not going to cut it. For the debris. And not to mention, when it comes to your hardwood floors and your fine stuff, sweeping and scraping that coarse debris all over the floor is honestly probably going to scratch it up more and do more damage than it would just to have suction, just to those bristles just agitate it and then the suction just pulls it right in and you're not pushing it around on the floor. And not only that, it doesn't disturb the dirt and the dust to be kicked up in the air and re-aggravate allergies or asthma. This is just pretty common sense stuff and some basic stuff that I just think about. Because, vacuum cleaners are the least respected, the most looked down upon, the most, underrated appliance in the entire home, but they are the most important. They're always going to play a bigger role than your refrigerator will, or your microwave will, or anything like that. So, again, I'm not saying you have to have anything fancy. I'm not saying you have to have anything expensive. I'm not saying you have to have anything heavy or huge. But you need something to keep the dust under control. It's just as simple as that. It's not hard. So anyway, please like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos.